so what we're going to do is we're going to skip this bit. We're going to come back to checking in at the end. So right at the end, we'll come back to this. If I forget, please remind me so that you can remember to check in. But we'll do it at the end, and that way it'll be sorted by hopefully the end. And the team are just working on that right now. So apologies for that. Right, so moving swiftly on, who slash what is Coding with Codex? You might not have heard of us before, so here's our little brief overview. So we were founded in 2018, and the mission was to widen access to high quality coding for all demographics, all ages, and tech education for all. So you can see here the countries that we have taught in. And we've empowered over 8,000 learners across 58 countries at 100 plus organizations. So you can see the reach of Codex has been quite high, and we're really looking forward to working with you guys as well. And we're looking forward to working with people in the UK, of course, because this is where we're based. Right. So how do these sessions work? So there's 1 hour instructor-led sessions every Monday at 9:30 a.m. So just like you guys are coming now, it'll be recurring every week. The instructor might change. It might not be me every week. Most likely you will have other instructors as well. It's always good to learn from a plethora of instructors. All our instructors have been teaching for absolutely ages, and they've got a lot of experience. And you'll be learning various different things. So you can see here, this is after each session, you'll receive a recording, recap, and that week's assignment. So the recording from the session will be exactly this. So everything that I've taught will be sent to you, or whatever the instructors have taught. So you can watch back and pause at different places. So if I ever do go too fast, you can, of course, ask me to stop and slow down. But if you do want to just watch it back later on and pause it at certain points and make notes, that's absolutely fine. There'll be a recap. So, notes, some things you may have missed. So you can just quickly check that as well. And then the week's assignment, which is the important bit that you need to, take note of so you can do during the week. But that'll all be sent out to you. There's also drop-in support sessions every Saturday at 10 a.m. Now, these are voluntary drop-in sessions. They're not compulsory. You don't have to turn up for them. But if you need any extra support during the week and you think you're not going to be ready to complete the assignment by the following Monday and you want to drop in on Saturday, that's absolutely fine. Again, I'll give you more information about that at the end. Okay. And finally, what will we cover in sessions? So every week, we're going to be covering a different set of topics. Some may overlap, but there'll be different things to showcase on your portfolio. So we're going to be building a project together so you can see how the actual project's real world application. And you can see how code actually comes to life and how we can actually use it. So then you'll be given an assignment where you'll go ahead and use topics to solve a real world problem. So we'll be learning a concept, and then you'll be doing the code for that in the lesson, and then you're going to be applying it and using the assignment to kind of consolidate that learning. And what are you going to get out of this course? You get 16 portfolio projects, all stored in a place where you can then share them with employers and look at them yourself. You get an accredited STEM accredited certificate of completion. It'll look something similar to this. And you have transferable skills to any other programming language. So when you learn programming, you will, usually learn one programming language to begin with. We're going to be focusing on Python here. And once you've done a programming language, it's very easy to then use those skills to learn another programming language. The concepts are essentially the same. It's just different, it's kind of like learning English, learning French, and learning Spanish. There's a lot of overlap with that. And there's certain, and it's quite, once you've learned one, it's easier to move through to learn other ones. So that's how this works. Right. So I'll pause there. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
No? Okay, awesome. Thank you, Anik. Right, perfect. I'll take the silence as a good sign. Right. We're going to move on then to the next bit, which is using GitHub to store your code. So following the industry standards, you will be using GitHub to store all code written in sessions and sharing assignments. Building the habit of storing your code on your GitHub will make it easier to share with potential employers in the future. So GitHub is kind of a way of storing all of your code in the cloud, so that you have a link that you can just share with people and they can then view all of your projects and all of your code. So any personal code you wouldn't obviously share with that, but any code that you want to, any projects you've built usually will be stored on GitHub. And this is across, all levels. People still do this. So from university graduates to senior management who've done projects they've worked on, in their own time for interviews, etc. But also companies use GitHub quite a lot as well. So companies like Expedia, Facebook, Meta, they all use GitHub to store their code. And certain GitHubs are obviously publicly available for you to see, and some aren't. So you can hide your code as well. If you want to store it on there but not want to share it with people, that's absolutely fine as well. Right. Submitting assignments. So uploading your code to GitHub, and this will allow you to share your code for assignments easily. So once you get onto the assignment submission form, again, this will all be sent out to you via email. What you'll do is you'll put your name, email in, which assignment, you choose the assignment, and then you paste it in. So it'll be the same form, but you'll keep choosing different weeks and different assignments, and then you'll just paste the GitHub link. And it's as simple as that, and we can see it and we can check it and mark it. So that is where we're going to be storing our code. But where are we going to write our code? So what you should use to write your code. So as champions of accessibility, you won't have to download any particular type of software to write the code. So what we're going to be using instead is using an online IDE, integrated development environment. And that'll allow you to write your code on a website. We're going to download the code and then we'd upload the code onto GitHub. So I'm just going to bring up the one that I would use, which is Trinket.io. Okay, so this is the link. I'm going to share that with you in the group chat. If you guys can open that up and just give me a thumbs up if that's loading perfectly for you and you can see the same screen that I can see. And once everyone's given me a thumbs up, I'll explain it a bit further.
Okay, you are on Python 3. That's what you want us to be seeing. That's the screen.
Yeah, exactly what you can.
That's great.
Awesome. Everyone okay with that? Yeah, is okay. Anthony, Ingrid, Hannah, Kobe, all okay? You can put a thumbs up reaction or thumbs up.
No, I haven't. I've signed up to Trinket.
You shouldn't need to sign in. You should be able to just write your code straight away once you click the link.
Oh, okay. Sorry, let me find the link.
No worries at all.
Oh, okay.
It's in the chat. So if you just
I've just signed in and it sent me. Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Yep, all good.
Yeah, it just sent me somewhere else when I I actually signed.
That's fine. It's a might as well have an account now. It's no issues at all. Right. So I believe everyone's
this is Ingrid. I can't I'm using it from my iPhone, so it's really hard for me to maneuver to do things like thumbs up from between the different screens. So okay. I will just simply let you know verbally if I can't do something. I think it's easier.
Okay, no problem. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, feel free to interrupt at any moment. What I would say though is potentially for future sessions as well, it would be easier if you do have a laptop or an iPad or something of that sort to write your code.
Yeah, no, I have an iPad, but I can't I can't do two things at once. I can't look at Python and do Zoom at the same time. I just do one at a time because the screen size.
Yeah. That's okay, no problem. As long as you've got something, you can actually like write on and big screen, that's all good. Just interrupt me whenever anything doesn't work, like you said. Awesome. Right, so once everyone's on the screen, so this is where we'll be writing our code. You can see here, so this is where we actually write the code in this window. When you finish writing the code and you want to execute it and you want to see what you've written, you can press this play button here. And what that'll do is that'll execute the code onto the right-hand side screen here. Okay, so you write your code here, you see the output here. Now, to download the code, what you do is you press the 3 arrows on the side and you can press download. You can also increase your font size here if you need. But once we've written our code, we will press this to download our code. All right, we're not going to do that now, but I'll show you how to do that at the end. All right. Now, any issues with your code, if you're struggling and your code isn't working, the easiest way for me to see it is if you press the share button here, press link, copy the link, and send it into the chat. Then what you can do is, then what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to see your code. So don't copy your URL from the top. You need to make sure you press the share button, link, copy this, and send it to me, and I can have a look at your code. All right, I know that's a lot of information, so just ask me if you do need to, if you are having any issues and you want me to repeat how to share it again. All right, so that is Trinket. So if everyone's okay with everything, I'll continue with the actual session and the actual coding part of today. So just give me a thumbs up or just say yes if you're clear with everything. Okay, perfect. Lots of thumbs up.
Mine too. Sorry, it's just I zoom in thumbs up for me. Usually I get stuck and I can't remove the thumbs up. So
No
but
worries at
mine's,
all.
yeah, I'm following.
Perfect. Just interrupt me and say you're okay, and that's absolutely fine. Right. Awesome. So glad everyone's okay so far. So we're going to jump into today's session. Right. So our lesson objectives for today. So they're to understand what Python is, understand what variables are and how to store information in them, understand what and how to use operators on data, and understand how to use inputs and outputs in Python. So those of you guys who have done beginner Python courses or coding courses before, they should all be familiar concepts. The key takeaway from this is to push it slightly further, and so that you'll be able to complete this week's assignment. And again, the fact that you've got this instructor available to ask questions as well. So what are we going to be building today? So each lesson we're going to be building something. So today we're going to be building a simple calculator. So broken down simply, we need to build out the following. So we're going to output a message to the user to explain what the program does, letting the user input data, in this case numbers, storing the information that the user inputs and using it to do a calculation, and then we're going to output that to the user. All right. So a reminder, you are not expected to memorize everything we covered today. That is what the follow-up recording and the follow-up brief of what we've done, the recap, and the fact that you've got a drop-in session is for. So you don't need to memorize everything. Just take in as much as you can now and ask all the questions that you want answered. And then throughout the week, you'll be able to, brush up your knowledge, and anything that you are confused on, come to the drop-in session or send us an email. Right, so first we're going to open that up. I think everyone's okay with this. Right, so what we're going to do now is, firstly, I'm just going to quickly demonstrate how you print something. So I'm just going to increase my font so you guys can see. So to output something to the screen, we use a print command. And this is a function, so we're going to have brackets next to it. And what that means is print whatever we put in here, okay? Right, now, within this, we're going to put speech marks. And the reason why we put speech marks is computers don't inherently understand text. Computers only understand numbers, and they only understand 0 and 1. Now, with other numbers, using zeros and ones, you can build up to any other number. Letters, on the other hand, computers don't understand. So we need, in order to make Python understand that we are writing a bunch of text and that's what we want to output, we need to put it in speech marks. And then Python will understand that that is text. So that is a string. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to write hello world just to print out to the screen. And this is just the standard industry practice of the first thing you usually write in Python or any other programming language. It's kind of like when you learn French or Spanish or Mandarin, you learn hello first. It's just what you do normally. It's one of the first things you learn. So first things we're going to do with the programming language is print hello world. Now I'm going to press play. And you can see here, hello world gets output to the screen. So remember, we wrote all our code here. We pressed play and it output on the right-hand side here. And you can put punctuation, you can take that out. Just make sure you do it the same way as me, and then that should work absolutely fine. So give that a go. And if you have any issues, let me know. So I can see Anthony shared some code with me. So I'm just going to open that up. Yeah, perfect, Anthony. Well done. That looks all good to me. And while everyone's doing that, if anyone has any questions about what we've just written now, what I've just mentioned, please interrupt. And
Yeah, hi there. I'm pressing, is it the run button that I press to play it?
that's right. Yes, the play button.
Yeah, I'm pressing it on my, I'm pressing it on my iPad and nothing's working. I have a feeling that might be an issue.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Just yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's not working. I mean, I've got print hello world of
Mhm.
exactly what you've got, and I try to press the run button with my finger, and it just doesn't seem to work.
Okay.
I'm in main.py. I'm in one, so I pressed new file, and then I've entered this in the first line. Is there anything I've done wrong?
Okay, you don't need to press the plus button and make a new file. You can just write it in main.py.
Oh, okay. Well, it's in. Okay, so I'll do it in main.py and
Yeah,
see if it makes
write
a
it again
difference.
in main.py. Yeah.
Oops, and then run.
Yeah.
Oh, it works. Okay, yeah. I think it's because I opened a new file. Thank you.
No worries at all. So with when you write a bunch of usually you might have a load of files when you make it. The first and only thing that Python will run when you press the run button is main.py. So everything should be within this main.py bit. And then if you have other files from main.py, we call those other files, which we'll be looking at in other lessons. So yeah, make sure you write any initial code that you want to do or anything we do in the lessons in main.py. That's it's a good takeaway for everyone to learn. So really good stuff, Ingrid. Thank you. Glad it's working. Everyone else okay?
Sorry, what, how can I write? I can't seem to write anything on the iPad.
Okay. So have you managed to get onto the website okay?
Which website? I'm looking at you and I'm looking at what you wrote.
Okay. You need to open up the link that I've sent in the group chat. So if you have a look at the group chat, if you see the link that I've just sent, the last one, you'll need to
The
click on
group
that.
chat, where's the group chat?
Okay, so on your iPad, on your Zoom, if you tap the screen, you should see somewhere where it says chat. With a little chat bubble. And you should also be able to see things like mute, stop video, sorry.
Sorry, I can't see that. Sorry. What?
Okay. So on your Zoom screen, what can you see other than my screen?
I can see menus up there.
Okay, so
No.
that's still on my screen. Can you see anything else on the screen?
No, I can't say I do now. No.
Okay, if you just tap on the screen, tap
Yeah.
on your screen or just swipe up, see if you can see any other menus that pop up once you do that.
No. No.
No, okay. Don't worry about it then. What you can do.
Perhaps what you can do is just read out. I just tell him to type in. Tell him to type in trinket.io/python3 and he'll get there.
Yeah. So
Type
what you
where?
can, if you go
on which window?
You'll need to go onto your Safari. So you'll need to get off the menu where you can see us and open up Safari.
Okay. Okay. And right on Safari what?
And then in your URL, if you type in trinket.io, so trinket TRIN
.io.
Yeah, .io/Python3.
Thank you, /Python 3.
And then when you press enter, you should be on the page that you saw me share before.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Now,
thank you. Yeah.
Now you can write that in. Thank you. And thank you, Ingrid, for that suggestion. That was awesome.
Brilliant. Okay, I didn't realize that. So what should I type now? Thank you for that.
No worries. So if you type in print.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, open your bracket and then type in speech marks, write hello world. So if you switch between your screens, if you look at Zoom first, you can see what I'm doing, and then you switch back to Safari, you'll be able to write that in.
And then play.
Yeah.
Oh, file error. What did I do wrong? Sorry. Print hello world. Syntax error.
Syntax error.
Let me look at you the Zoom,
Yeah.
please.
No worries. Just switch back over and just have a look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the...
I didn't put the yeah. I realized what I've done.
Okay, no worries. Let's give it a fix and see if it works.
Thank you. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Thank you.
No worries at all. That's absolutely fine.
That's a bit daunting. Right.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's absolutely fine. Right, and thank you, Ingrid, for that suggestion. That worked beautifully. Again, with any other points as well, if there is a moment where you are struggling to write it and it's not working on your side, what I would recommend doing is just switch over to my screen. Just keep watching for the rest of the session, take in as much as you can, because then when the recording's sent back to you, you can always pause it and watch and then do it in your own time and just
Thank
see
you
if
very
it...
much.
All right, no worries at all. Right, so that is how we get print hello world to work. Is everyone else okay with that? Just let me know. Just give me a thumbs up. If anyone else is struggling, we can fix
And
the
how do I do the thumbs up bit? What do I do the thumbs up at the?
if your chat button wasn't working, the thumbs up button won't work. So just let me know when if it works or not, just verbally.
Sorry, where's the thumbs up? Where's the thumbs up icon? What do I do that?
It would be where the chat button is. So if you can't see the chat, that'd be an issue.
Is that on
On Zoom,
on the
on Zoom.
trinket?
No,
Is it
on Zoom.
on where you are on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. Thumbs up. Where's the thumbs up, bro? I can't see it. Where can I okay it? Where can
I'm just going to get involved here. I suggest what you do is that we just you continue on without doing this, and maybe give Zoom a call, and they'll run you through your screen so you know how to manipulate and move around the screen. I think that's probably faster than trying to figure it out now.
Yeah. So exactly, Hannah. Don't worry about it for now. It's not that important. If you just let me know that you've done it, that's absolutely fine. And then
yes, it's worked beautifully. Thank you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, amazing. Right. So right. So on here, what I want you to do now is just delete everything that's in there. And what we're gonna first do is the first bit that we wanted to do was to output. If I go here, you can see here what we want to do for our simple calculator is to first output a message to the user to explain what our program does. So in our screen here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write print, same as before, with brackets and then speech marks. And I'm going to say, this program is a simple calculator that will multiply two numbers together. If I just zoom out again, so it should be like this, all in one line. This program is a simple calculator that can multiply two numbers together. Right, I'm just going to make it bigger so you can see. But if I press play, it should just execute to the side there saying this program is a simple calculator that can multiply two numbers together. So you can reword that into however you want to phrase it. But if you want to do the first output message, please, and give me a thumbs up if that works.
I just noticed something. I pressed a capital P for the print and it didn't work. That was interesting.
That's good. That's a good point you raised there. So Python is case sensitive. So you need to make sure all your functions are always in lowercase. So that goes for things like print here. The only times really we use capital letters are when you've got within your speech marks where you're writing text that you want to output, you can put in speech marks, any capital letters in there, won't make any issues. But with things, so if I, for example, changed this to this, you can see there that will change nothing within the program. So within speech marks, it's more about grammar and visually what you want to see, whether you want to see capital letters or not. With functions, inbuilt Python functions, they are always in lowercase letters. And if you try to use uppercase, it won't work. So let me just demonstrate that. For those who haven't had a go, you can see here, and it even helps you out saying print is not defined. Did you mean print? So another thing that is important to note is Python is also indentation sensitive. So for example, if you accidentally put a space in front here, Python won't want it to work. It will say indentation error, unexpected indent. So that is also another important thing to note with Python. You want to make sure that you don't have any unexpected spaces. You always write things in a very clear way with no spaces at the front. All right, so right at the start of the line. And there are moments where we do need to indent, but there are set cases for that, and I'll explain that in different weeks. Everyone clear with that? Or any follow-up questions?
Yeah, mine's working beautifully. Thank you. Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Saja. Anthony, I think you've shared some code with me. Let me quickly have a look at yours. I do see a thumbs up, so I'm assuming that's all good.
Oh,
Okay, Anthony, I can only see your previous code, so I think the link might not have updated, but if you're giving me a thumbs up, that's fine, as long as it works. No issues. Ingrid, give me a thumbs up too.
I
Awesome.
thought I did. One second. I'll do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. You
There you
did.
go.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
Ionis as well. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm
Do you
sorry
want
if
us
I'm
to share the code on the chat or
Nope, only if it's not working.
Okay.
If it's working, there's no need to share the code. It's only when it's not working that you can share the code. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So the next bit of our program. So if I go back onto our objectives, and you can see it's letting the user input data, in this case numbers, and we want to store the information that the user inputs and then do the calculation. So we need to get an input and we need to store that input somewhere so that we can actually then save it in one place and then do the calculation. Right, so we can, with Python, we can do this all in one line. So for the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask for the first number. So we're going to go first number. So we'll go first num, just to keep it short. And like I said before, Python doesn't like unnecessary spaces. So with your variables, you shouldn't have a space like this. That's going to run into an error. So to avoid that, put an underscore in between, or what you can do is just keep it all as one word and just capitalize the next each word. And this is called camel casing because it looks like a camel's hump every time you capitalize. But you can do that, or you can go first underscore num. So just keep it all together. And what we're going to do is we're going to say the first num is equal to, and we're going to store. So this is the variable. So this is where we're going to store the information. So you can think of a variable kind of like a shopping trolley. So this is where you put data in, you can take data out, and it just holds the data for you until you need to use it. So we're going to say within this first num, we're going to come up with an integer. An integer is just a positive or negative whole number because we want to be able to multiply whole numbers. And we're going to say we want to get an input from the user. Again, so I do int, open my brackets, and then I write input and open my bracket. So you can see the int wraps around the input. And then within the input, we're going to write a question. So input's kind of like print, but it's going to wait for the user to type something in. And we're going to say, please enter your first number. Right, and I've added a space here at the end so that when the user actually sees the message, they've got a little gap between when they write the actual message. So you can see here, this program is a simple calculator that can multiply two numbers together. Please enter your first number. And you can see here, there's a space just to make it neat. You don't have to have that there. It's completely up to you. And then it's blinking here, waiting for the user to type something in on the right-hand side. So if the user typed in 3 and pressed enter, nothing happens, okay? That's because we've not told it to do anything, but that means it's working correctly. Now, if I run it again, now if I typed in 2 in words, if I press enter, you can see there's a error message that pops up. And this means it's working correctly because we asked for the user to type in an integer. And 2 written in words is not an integer, it's letters. So it's throwing an error. So it'll only let users multiply actual numbers. So with this, if we run it together, we'd write in 4, for example, and press enter. Nothing should happen, and that means it's working correctly. Make sure you press enter to check. So remember, first num is the variable where we're storing the input. We're going to ask for an integer input. And we're going to then write the message of what we want the user to input so they know what they're writing in. Everyone clear with what I've said so far? Any questions? I'll let you have a go first as well. Try it out yourself. And if it's working for you, awesome. If you have any questions, if it's not working and you've got a bit of a knowledge gap, just let me know and I'll go through it.
Can you show us the rest of the sentence, please? Enter your first
It's just please
number.
enter your
Yeah, but then you want, okay, a space and then, okay, two brackets.
Yeah,
It's still
that's
loading.
right.
Okay, thank you.
And the reason for that is we've opened a bracket here, so we need to close the bracket here. We've opened a bracket here, so we close the bracket
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yep, so this all belongs to input. So this is part of the inputs function. And then we're going to, whatever the user inputs, we're going to make it
Yeah,
an
I
integer.
got it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
What?
Thank
Perfect.
you.
That's all right. No rush for this as well, guys. Take your time.
Okay, so I also noticed you definitely have to put spaces around the between first num and int. So there has to be a space around each side of the equal sign, right?
Oh, no, not really. You don't.
Oh, then I've done something else wrong. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Other than your spaces at the front of a sentence and within the speech marks, Python doesn't actually care about your spaces. It completely, as soon as it presses run, it kind of gets rid of the spaces automatically. So if you're running into an error, there's another issue. And if you are, you're more than welcome to share your code with me and I can have a look. And to do that, press the share button, link, copy the link and send it to me and I can have a look. That's for anyone.
I have a question.
Yes.
You see for the int function, like is its function to make sure everything inside is an integer? Like does it make it become an integer or like how does it work?
That's right. So it makes it become an integer. So when the
Oh.
user types in 3 and 2, that's actually characters. It's not actually a number. Python and the computer sees it as 2 different characters. The int command then makes it so that it's recognized by the computer as a number. So that's why when you type in 2 as in TWO, it doesn't work because it can't make these into a number. But it
Thank
can
you.
with like that. Yeah, no worries. That's a really good question. Thank you. Anyone else? Ingrid's giving me a thumbs up. Amazing. Saj's thumbs up as well. Awesome. Layla too. Those of you guys who have just joined, just keep watching for now for the entire session, and then everything will be sent out to you by email, including the recording of today's session. So you can watch back and then write the code in your own time. And I'll explain how you write the code. All of that's in the recording. All right. But for now, just keep watching so you can follow along further. Enoch, Ionis, and Anthony, are we okay, guys? Okay, thumbs up, awesome. Yep, Agni just joined. No worries, absolutely fine, Agni. Just watch along for now. We're just finishing off our program and watch along for the rest of the session. And then once the recording's sent out to you, you can catch up on the first bit. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
No worries at all. Right. So for those of you guys who have done the first next bit we're going to do is we need two numbers to do this. So it's exactly the same. We're going to write second_num equals int input. And you can guess what comes next. Please enter your second number. :space. So you can see here exactly the same thing replicated on the second line for the second number. So please give that a shot and see if that works for you. And if you run it, it should ask for two numbers back to back. Please enter your first number. Please enter your second number. And then nothing should happen. I'll give you a few minutes.
So when I run it, I press run and it gets to please enter your first number. But for some reason, it doesn't move to, okay, so maybe I've done something wrong in the formula because it doesn't move to, I can't enter a first number either, or does it, or do I?
So once you've entered your number, just try and enter a number. So you need to click onto that on that side of the screen to make sure that it's on that selection.
Oh God, it's not letting me. I mean, again, I think it's because I'm on an iPad. Please enter your first number to. Ooh, this is a problem. How do I enter? What do I need to press to get to the other side of the page? I'm just clicking on it, but is there another way of doing it?
You should just be able to tap on it, I'm afraid. I can't think of another way.
Okay, I have a feeling. It says, oh gosh, now let's just go run. Okay.
I think your the screen go blank now. I can't see you. I can see a small screen. Oh, okay, thank you. So
ooh.
Let me just quickly give it a shot on my second screen. I'll try it on mine and see if there's anything I can do that might help you.
Hmm.
Was it working before, Ingrid, when you were doing the input for just the first number before you had the second number?
No, it wasn't. For some reason, I can't enter on the. It shows up, but I can't actually physically enter the number. Every time I press a number key, it doesn't seem to read it. I guess maybe I have to speak to Trinket or something and ask what they do on iPads.
Yeah,
I don't have a laptop, so that's going to be a challenge.
I see. Okay. Do you know what? Leave that with me. I'll see if we can come up with a solution for an iPad for next session.
Oh gosh, thank you. Yeah.
That might be easier. For now, if it's working, keep going. If not, if you just keep watching so you understand the concept.
Yeah, I mean, what happens is it looks like the programs are right, but I can't test them because they don't show up on the other side unless I delete the
no.
others.
No worries. I just tried it on my phone and I'm getting the same issue as you. So I completely understand that it's not working.
Oh,
It
I'm
keeps...
glad. Thank you. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
glad,
what...
but glad that
Yeah,
it's not just me.
yeah, of course. Leave it with me and we'll come up, we'll talk to the team and see if we can come up with an iPad solution. All right. For next session onwards. Right. So now what we're going to do, for those of you guys who are on here, is we're going to write total equals, and what we want to do is multiply the first and second number together. So all we do is we write first num multiplied, and for multiplied, we use an asterisk. So we use a little star, and we go second num. So that'll then store the total of whatever we enter times for the first num times by whatever we enter for the second num into total. All right. So if everyone's clear with that, just have a go and hopefully that'll all be fine. Just give me a thumbs up when you've written it. You don't really need to test it because nothing's going to happen. But we'll test that at the next stage. Rabia, I can see a hands up. Is there a question?
Yes, yeah, hi. I just ran the code. I'm getting, when I run it, I keep getting please enter first number and then again, please enter first number. Shall I share my script with you?
Of course you can. Yes. So yeah, press the share button, link, copy that link and send it to me and I'll have a look.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Sorry, how do I send you?
Okay, so if you look at my screen now, so press the share button here, press link,
Okay.
copy the link that's in here and send it to me. Okay, awesome. I'm just going to open it up so you can see as well. Right, simple program. Please enter first number. Please enter first number. Okay, so the reason why yours isn't working is you're on Trinket, but you're on the wrong version of Trinket. So you're on Trinket 1, where you're on Python. Can you see here at the top? It's Python, not Python 3. So you need to switch over to Python 3. And then when you do your code, oh, it's still the same issue. What's wrong?
Mine's doing the same, it's not giving me the result. So I wonder if the code line, there's something else we need to add.
Okay. Please enter your first number, second number. Right. Okay. Bear with me. Let me have a check again. See if there's anything we're missing. Ah, okay. Right. It's just a matter of in first num, can you see you've entered please enter first no, and then in second num, you just
Yes,
that's it.
yes,
That's
I
what's called
don't
a
like first
logic
number.
error, not a syntax error. So a syntax error is when you made a mistake that Python throws out. A logic error is where we've made the mistake on our side of things and it's not actually a computer issue. It's just we've not written it in the right way. Okay, but hopefully that helps. And was your issue the same thing?
No, mine's not giving any number at all. All the code seems similar. It's just,
Okay.
so I wonder line 4, do we have to add anything else on line 4 or that's it?
No, this is it. If yours still isn't working, Layla, if you want to just share your code with me again, like I showed for Rabia, and then I can have a look. Please enter your first number. Please enter your second number. It seems to be working fine.
But should he not give us the result?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay, that's why I kept asking if the line 4 is done. Okay,
Uh,
I see.
No, not yet. Because can you see we've it for the total, but you don't actually see anything on the screen unless you write print or input. And we've not
Okay.
written either. Okay, we've
Yeah,
calculated.
that's what I thought it wasn't working. Okay.
Yeah. Just confirm. No. Hey, good question, Ingrid. No, it doesn't matter. Other than the space at the beginning, Python will any spaces here, 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 and at the end of the line, Python will just ignore it. So absolutely no issues. Right, now we're going to get onto the last bit. So what we're going to do is we want to print out. And what we want to do is we want to be able to insert these variables of what we've calculated into our print. So what we can do is something called an F string. So we write this lowercase f, and then we write our speech marks, just as normal. So exactly the same as this, but just with a little f at the beginning. And that's, it kind of stands for like formatting. So it's going to let you format and insert things in. So what we're going to say is, the product of, and then in curly brackets, we're going to write first underscore num. And this is the curly squiggly brackets. You need to make sure you use those. And that'll basically insert whatever the total of that is in there, whatever you entered, times second underscore num equals total in curly brackets. Every time we want to use a variable, we're going to use the curly squiggly bracket. And remember, this is all wrapped in the speech marks. And this is all wrapped. Make sure you have that little F, and then that's all wrapped in the normal brackets. Now, if I press play, enter your first number. So I'm going to write, let's start off with an easy one. We'll do 5 times 5, and you get the product of 5 times 5 is 25. Now, the cool thing is when we run it again and we enter different numbers, the product of 43 times 23 is 989. I run it one more time. Now I enter. And you can see it prints it out and it's exactly those numbers. Agna, I can see you raise your hand. Have you got a question for me?
Yeah, sorry. Why does an F before the product of?
Okay, so this is just a Python function and it allows you to insert the variables in. If I didn't have this, all that would happen is it would print out exactly what you've written. So it will print out first num, second num, total. It won't insert it in. So in order to get that functionality, we have to use this little f, and that just stands for F string. So really good question there. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Saja, you've got a raised hand as well. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering why do we use F strings in that way? From what I remember, I feel like you can write it without, like you could have put just the brackets and then write the product of, and then is that right? Or am I?
So if you didn't have the F strings, it wouldn't work. So, but if you just wrote like first num like this, for example,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
all you're gonna get is
That. But it wouldn't work even if you put the like normal brackets on the first num and the second num. It has to be a F string.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has to be an F string, but also like the alternative would be you'd have to concatenate it like this. So you'd have to write, and then you'd write a comma. This is what you'd used to have to do before F strings became a thing. You'd have to just split everything with comma, add them together. All right. To save that time and hustle, you use the F string. So just to demonstrate that that would work.
That is quite long and time consuming.
You can see why this gets a bit tedious, right?
Yeah, I see why you would use an F string in that case.
Yeah, so it will still work. It's just F strings just makes your life so much easier. And it's all in one go, so it just makes it a bit easier to read as well.
And you must use those curly brackets around each variable.
That's right. Or it wouldn't, the F string doesn't know that this is a variable.
Okay, thank you so much.
No worries at all. Really good question. Any other questions from anyone? Nope. Right, awesome. Has everyone managed to do this? Is it all working for you? Yeah, Amazing. Thumbs up from Layla, Saja. And also F-strings provide a lot of other functionality as well. This is the bare bone functionality of an F-string. What we can also use an F-string for is rather than even doing the total like this, we can just insert first num times second num. Don't do this for now. I'm just demonstrating. But I could replace that with this and get it to calculate it all in one go in one line without having the need to make another variable. And that'll save up on your memory. So you're not creating more memory to store this information. So F-strings provide more functionality than there is here. We're just showing you the bare bones of it first. And you can also call functions within an F-string as well. That's a whole different thing that can be done. It's amazing. Really good use of commenting here as well. Anthony, I'm just having a look at your code. Awesome. Yep, I can see you've done both versions of it where you've added it, you've concatenated it, and you've done an F-string. And I'm hoping you can see that the F-string makes your life a lot easier without having to worry about typecasting. But it's really good that you can do your typecasting. Very impressed. Right, if everyone's good with that so far, what we're going to do now is we're going to sort out the actual storing of our code. So what we want to do is we want to upload our code to GitHub. So if everyone can, go on to github.io, and if you can make an account, that'll be amazing. So once you've made an account, it should look like this. But to make an account, let me send you the link. Right, I'm going to send the link to this in the chat. So have a look. For those of you who can't see the chat, it's just github.com. Just go onto there and make an account. Or sign in with Google. Whatever's easier. Sorry, we might be running slightly over. If you do need to leave, no worries. Just drop off the meeting. I understand people have other commitments. If you can stay, that'll be awesome. I'll just finish wrapping up. We don't have that much left. We're just uploading our code onto here. But if you can't, that's fine. Once the recording's sent to you, you can just watch back this last bit. So on GitHub, once you've done it, you should be on a screen like this. Just give me a thumbs up when you're here and you can see all of this. The other issue that you're going to run into, Ingrid as well, and Henrik, the ones you guys are using an iPad, is it might just be a bit harder to download and upload the files onto GitHub. So
I mean, I've got a GitHub account, so I'm going to try to do it now. Wish
amazing.
me luck. You'll
Good
see
luck.
if I get there.
Yeah, awesome. You got this. Right.
Sorry,
So
do we create a repository as well?
that's right. Not just yet. We will be doing that. But firstly, if you can just download the code from Trinket. So you press the 3 lines at the top here, press download, and it will download a zip file. If you open that up and extract it, you should be left with main.py. So you can rename that to well, you can keep it as main.py. I'm gonna just rename it to lesson1.py. And then
Okay, so I can just open it in GitHub? No.
you don't need to open it really. You just need to extract it so
I'll
that
just
you've got,
okay, I'll just copy it then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
as long as
doesn't
it's
seem to work.
downloaded, it's fine.
Hmm.
But
Shrink
it
it
might
down.
already-
Okay, so I'll find it somewhere in my files.
Yeah.
And then sorry. So basically what I do is I find it in my files, recent. Ooh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it should be in your files, in your recent. It should the Trinket.
Oh, there it is. The Trinket download, and then I just copy it and I put it into.
Not
I
yeah.
put
If
it
you
in-
click on it, if you click on it, just let your iPad extract it for you. So you just have the actual file itself, the main.py.
I've got the file. So what do I do? Do I open a new window, get info, rename, uncompress? I thought I just copy it into GitHub.
You just need to move it into GitHub. So you can do that from the upload screen in GitHub instead. Or you
Oh,
can
I
drag
see.
it.
Okay, so just go into GitHub first. Okay, cool.
So once we've done that, so once you're on GitHub, you just want to press new. Put in whatever repository name in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Sorry, my whole window's changed around.
Done. Oh, let's put it right now. I'm
Right.
already in.
So we're just gonna put Python-level-1. Remember, this is your folder for the whole thing, not just for one, not just for today's lesson. So name it accordingly. So I'm gonna write Python-level-1, and that's available. Keep it public so that we can see the code once you've sent it, and then we're just gonna hit create. And you can see here that it just pops up like this. And what we want to do is, you can see here where it says uploading an existing file. Just give that a tap, drag and drop it here, or press choose your files. And then,
Sorry, can I take a
Sorry,
step back?
could
It
you-
says, do I press create repository? Is that how I do it?
that's right, yes, you need to create a repository.
Okay.
And we just upload today's code, what we just did in Trinket.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Sorry, could you go back again? Because every time I do that, it says, oops, something went wrong. Is there any other way of uploading?
So is it just when you're getting to the upload stage that the issues occur?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Is there any other? There's obviously sometimes, 5 different ways of doing something.
So you can
Is
either
there
drag
another-
and drop it or press the upload folder. So have you tried both of those ways?
Sorry, where do I?
So
Can
once
you
you've
go?
So sorry, let me just get the
Yes.
file. Let me just get the file so then I can show you. Right. So I've got my lesson.py on my desktop. Right. So once I'm in my repository, so you're here. Press upload an existing file.
Oh,
Hold it, where is
sorry, can you?
upload?
Yeah,
Where's
could you go
upload
back?
file?
Yeah,
I just can't see.
Have you
Upload
created
existing
a
file, got it.
repository yet, Anthony?
Yeah, okay. I don't have that selector branch to upload files.
That's fine. I think that's just because I went back. It should just be like this.
Okay, so okay, and then where do I go?
Can you see here, where it's quick setup, the bit in blue where it says uploading an existing file?
Yes, I've got there, but it keeps on saying, "Oops, something went wrong."
Oh, every time you try on that?
Yeah, let me.
Maybe try a different browser, Anthony. That would be my best.
Okay, I'll try Chrome.
Yeah, try
yes.
Chrome.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Edge. Oh God, where is it?
Okay, yeah,
okay.
it seems to be working. Yeah, you're fine.
Edge is under.
Awesome. Ingrid,
Yeah.
how are we doing?
Yeah, well, Edge is hidden. It. I need to find it where it is on my. Okay, it's under. Okay, I need to find it where it is on my iPad, and then I'm there.
Then you're there.
Choose your
So,
files. Okay, choose files. I think I found it. Trinket. Oh, open. Okay, got it.
once you've done your lesson 1, you can just press commit changes here. And once that's done, just let it do its thing. And you can see here, it's within your repository. All right. And that's the final bit.
Okay, so I'm there. I've got a weird name. I'm sure you'll find me eventually.
No worries. That's fine. You just submit that to us later. So that's absolutely all good. Rabia, you got a
Sorry.
question?
Sorry, once I've committed, how do I submit that to you?
I'll explain that in just a second.
Oh, sorry.
right.
Okay, I'm jumping the gun.
No worries. No, that's fine. As long as I'm glad that you got to that stage.
Can I rename the file or
Yeah.
once I've saved it? No, huh? Or maybe I can.
You can. You should be able to. You'll just have to go into the file and then.
Copied path. No, like once I've downloaded it to GitHub, I can't rename it, can I?
You can. So once you've gone onto there, just press lesson 1, whatever it is. Press this little edit this file bit here. And then can you see here where there's a little where it allows you to change it? You can change it.
There it is. Oh.
Yeah.
What
Just
did
make
you
sure you.
It doesn't. Oh, it works. Okay, so I just call it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Ra-
Perfect. Thank
sorry,
you.
you had- No worries at all. Rabia, you had your hand up. Do you have a question?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
There is the file along with the code, like
Ooh,
it's
it doesn't let me
.s
change.
CSV.
Oh, shoot.
What is that file? Like when
Sorry,
we
Rabia, I'm
download
struggling to
the
hear
code
you. Can you
from,
speak up,
yes,
please?
like when we download the code from Trinket,
Mhm.
there's like I get two files in my folder. One is the code .py and the other one is a .csv file. What is
Okay.
that one for?
That's just sometimes it has like a demo thing that Trinket has on the side. It's unnecessary and it's really not going to affect your code in any way. As long as you upload your main.py, you're fine.
So I haven't been able to I haven't been able to change the file name, so I was going to rename it in my files and then do it. I don't think you can rename it once it's downloaded to GitHub, can you? It doesn't appear to be.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you just need to commit the change afterwards. So like, can you see on my screen now? So I'll just change it
I
from
wasn't
left-
able. I wasn't able to change it. Like I wasn't able to change the words once I got into the thing.
Oh, you want to change the actual content of the file?
No, the title. It's weird.
Lesson. Commit changes.
I
Yeah,
think there are slight problems on iPad on a browser because I'm struggling to do different things on a. So I've got a computer as well, and it seems to work better, but only on Chrome.
Yeah,
Google
that could
Chrome.
be it. It might just be the browser. So maybe, Ingrid, if you get Chrome downloaded on your iPad, it might be easier.
I'm on Edge.
You're on Edge. Okay.
Yes. Edge causes. I was having problems even logging into on Edge. I kept on getting a Cloudflare error. So it seems to work better on Chrome.
Really? Okay, so I'll move to Chrome. Thank you for telling me that. I'll just try it one more time. I thought Edge would be the edgiest, but clearly not.
No.
Right. Sorry, guys. Just for the speed of the lesson, I'm just going to quickly move on now because if you guys just brush up on this stuff with the recording, I am just wary that we've run quite a bit over time. Right. Once you've done that, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to copy the code URL to share with me. So this is the bit, Anthony, you were asking about. So once you click onto the actual file itself, so if I'm here, I'm in my Python. Sorry, let me just get to the repository. Yeah. So Python level 1, you can see the file name. If I click on that, I can see this little copy button here, which says copy path. If I copy the path, that's how you've got your URL so that I can then see, or I can share it with you and you can then see my code. So this is how you then use it for a lesson assignment submissions. Okay. Right. So.
Sorry, could you go back a second?
Yeah.
So you press on lessons and then you press copy path.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't see copy path.
No,
you won't see copy path. It's just an icon. It's just a little.
Yeah, I don't see the. Okay, this is weird. I don't go back.
So sorry, can you go back again to where you were? So Python level 1, and then where did you?
So once
I don't see the icon. That's where I'm stuck.
Click on the actual python.py file.
I've got it. Yes.
Once you're on the actual file, then you should be
copy path, and then we send that to you.
And then you send that to me. Well, you don't send it to me now. I'll explain how you actually send that in.
Unfortunately, I've copied the path, and all it does is it.
Okay, right.
Gave me the file name.
Right, we want to copy the entire path. So let me try this. Yeah, perfect. Right. So instead of that, if you just press, can you see the 3 dots at the side?
Yeah.
If you see copy permalink, then you've got an actual link.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So again, you don't send that into me. I will explain that. So when you get sent an email from us, it'll explain how to submit your assignments then, and you just follow that and submit your code where it says so. Okay.
Sure.
And that'll be how you do it. Right. So this is your first assignment. So your first assignment is a unit converter. So keep an eye on your emails for this. So you'll need to write a program that outputs the message to the user explaining what the program is going to do. It asks the user to input a weight in kilos, converts it into pounds, and outputs the converted weight to the user. So similar to how we've done the two numbers multiplication, we're going to ask a weight instead, convert it into pounds, doing a calculation. So this time we only need one input, and then output the converted weight to the user. Okay, so that's the only hint I'm going to give. Have a think about how you could potentially be doing this.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, awesome. That's what I like to hear. Right. So remember, when you do your assignments, that's when you submit. Okay, so you don't need to really submit the code that we've done today. You need to submit the assignment. So again, you'd write it in Trinket, you'd copy, upload it to GitHub, download, and then you'd upload it. Once it's on your GitHub, you copy the link and you send it in. Right. So drop-in session. So every Saturday, at 10 a.m. via Zoom. You don't need to, again, it's not like an hour-long thing. You can drop in, ask your question, leave straight away. And it might even be good just to hear other people's questions. It's not compulsory, but it's a space to ask questions live to an instructor. It might not be me, it might be a different instructor, but someone will be there to ask questions for. And it doesn't even have to be anything about the course content. Even if you just got a tech-related question, something about careers in tech, anything like that, you can then do. You can drop by and ask, but use it to do your assignments. If you've got any issues with your assignments, if you're finding it hard to upload, if you're having issues with GitHub, drop in and someone can help you out. And it'll be one-to-one, so you've actually got a bit more help. Well, everyone will be dropping in, but your help will be one-to-one.
So just to be clear, you're going to come back to me. I'm going to write the code. I'm going to submit it, but I can't run it because it doesn't run on my iPad.
Yeah.
So
that is flagged up with the team, and
he'll get back to me. I'm going to try it. I've got an ancient computer. I'll see if I can do it on there, in which case I'll submit it. But I would love to know how to do it on iPad.
Yeah,
because I'm waiting for
actually...
the M4 before I get a laptop. So I'm really being quite I don't want to get a laptop yet.
Yeah, no worries.
You could actually download Trinket onto your iPad and see whether that might.
No, it doesn't work. That's the problem.
Even the downloaded rather than the browser version.
I see what you mean. I'll try that. That's a good idea. Okay, let me try to download Trinket. Sorry, let me just do that.
I haven't tried myself, but if you go onto the App Store,
that's a super idea. Thank you. I don't know who you are. It's all voices, but yeah, I'll try that. That might be the key.
Yeah, so no worries. And again, if there might not be a Trinket app, but we can try and find an app that is suitable and that'll work for you, and we can send that to you. But leave that with me, and we'll get that sorted. All right. Also, community support. So there is a community where you can ask questions to the instructor. So if you can't come on Saturday at 10, but you want to just ask a question, this is the place to do it. Again, on your email, the link for this will be sent to you. So you can just join the community, ask questions, share your code with me if you've got any errors. We can have a look. I'm quite active on the community, so I'll be happy to have a look and check this for you. And it's just for you Lyft guys, the community. So everyone on Lyft. So again, really tailored for this specific course and these assignments. Okay.
I can't find Trinket in the App Store. Does it have another name?
I don't think there is a Trinket in the App Store.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll try and find an alternative. There are plenty. I'm just going to try and find the best one for you, and we'll let you know. Okay.
Thank you. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you.
No worries. Right. So getting in touch, any issues between now and then, hello@codingwithcodex.co.uk. Send us an email, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Usually straight away. But yeah, any issues. I am worried that we have gone quite a bit over, so I'm sorry to eat into everyone's time, but hopefully everyone is happy with everything we've done today. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open up to any questions that anyone may have. Final questions before we call it a day.
Sorry, there is the Python editor app. Code, compile, and run. It's called Python Editor.
Okay, awesome. That's fine. We'll have a look, and what we'll do is I'll test. We'll have the team test a few of them, and we'll send it to you guys, the best one to use, okay, by email. That way, I don't want to give any app advice right now without having seen it myself.
Sure.
All right. Thank you very much, though. It's a good one. I have noted it down. When will I get this lesson on my email, please? As soon as possible. It sometimes takes a while for the lesson to actually get uploaded, the video recording. So just bear with us, but we'll get it to you as soon as we can. All right?
Can I just make a stab at it, given the information that I have? Because I think there's enough information in that slide to tell me what to do.
Yep.
Is that possible? Can I just try it and send it to you?
As in try the assignment?
Yeah, because I think there's enough information in the
Yeah,
convert to pounds and spout it out. It's pretty
Yeah,
straightforward.
absolutely. More than welcome to. More than welcome to do it. But just wait for the thing, because how to submit your assignment will be sent to you
Ah,
by
that's
email.
true. I have to do that. Yeah.
So yeah, just give it a wait. But I mean, you're more than welcome to get started on it straight away. Absolutely, I love it.
Just while everything's fresh in my head, right?
Yeah, of course. That's time to do it. Where do I need to submit my task? Again, it will be sent to you by email. So we'll just get it all onto GitHub for now, but it will be sent to you, the instructions of how to do it by email, and then follow those steps. It'll be a form like this. Like
Anyways,
I shared at the
Thank you.
And-
This was great.
Yeah,
I really
I'm
love the teaching. So thank you.
Okay, no worries at all. So I'm going to call that a day. So just hope everyone enjoyed today. Hope everyone learned something and got something out of it. And yeah, that's everything. So if you do want to leave us some feedback, feel free to email us in some feedback. But I'm really glad that everyone's managed to keep up with everything today, even the people who've joined later. So massive well done to everyone. Oh, thank you very much, Ravi. Anay.
Hi, Arjun. Just a quick note that the Google Docs URL is working now.
Is it working now? Amazing. Right. So check in. Right. So thank you so much for reminding me. That is absolutely awesome. So for those of you guys who haven't checked in yet, please check in. This is for you to get your certification. So
How do
I'm
we
just gonna-
do that? I missed it. You said there was a code I need to scan. I couldn't see a code.
Yeah, that's right. So it is here. What I'll do is I'll also send the link into the chat so you can just click on it if that's easier than trying to scan it if you don't have another device. So just bear with me while I send in the link. Right, let's see if that works. Bear with me, guys. No worries at all. And yeah, please just wait for the sign up because this is important. Right, there you go. That's your sign up link. So you just need to put in your name, email, and first name, last name, and email, sorry. And that's all it will be to sign up. It just looks like this. And I'll go back onto the code here for anyone who needs it. Once you've done your sign up, you're welcome to just drop off the call. All right. Thank you very much all for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.